I have a new update on the developments out of the Social Security Administration. I think a lot of you are probably going to enjoy this video, and I have a feeling I'm probably going to receive a lot of comments down below saying, yeah, I am not surprised one bit. With that being said, let's get into it and discuss this new information. Welcome everybody. Thank you so much for joining me. If you're new here or if you haven't done so yet, make sure to hit the subscribe button right down below the video as it is totally free to do so. Thank you. I truly appreciate each and every one of you, and let's talk through this a little bit further. So you probably remember my video from just a few days ago where I was out saying the Social Security Commissioner, Andrew Saul, was spontaneously fired after being asked to resign, and he said no, and then President Biden fired him. Well, we have some new information. What's interesting about this, on that video, I had a number of different comments saying all kinds of things about this guy. In fact, if you don't know who he is, if you're somebody that receives Social Security, whether retirement, disability, survivors, or SSI benefits, a lot of people were blaming him when it came to the third stimulus check, the $1,400 stimulus check, and why all of these beneficiaries had to wait about 3 weeks past everybody else receiving their $1,400. Well, a lot of fingers were pointed, a lot of people were upset, and now he is out of there, but we have some new information about kind of what was going on behind the scenes at the Social Security Administration, and I think you're going to find this to be a little bit interesting. With that being said, I'm going to bring my wife, Corey, in right now. She's going to read an article to you that I found today, and I thought I need to bring this to all of my friends here, right here on the channel, because I thought you're going to enjoy this, and like I said, I don't think you're going to be surprised one bit. Anyway, with that being said, Corey, take it away, and I will see you again in just a couple minutes.
This is an article from the Los Angeles Times written by Michael Hiltzik. Tens of thousands of Social Security Administration employees began work Monday with the sense that a new day was dawning for themselves and the program's more than 64 million beneficiaries. A Trump-appointed commissioner who had undermined its mission while picking fights with its workforce has been fired after 2 years in office. Andrew Saul exited snarling. Upon being informed of his ouster Friday, Saul insisted that his firing was unconstitutional and threatened to sue. Reportedly, he tried to log into his agency administration account Monday from his upstate New York home, only to discover that he had been locked out. President Biden's firing of Saul removes one of the chief impediments to progress in making this all-important social program even better for workers, their dependents, and those with disabilities by increasing and expanding benefits and demolishing administrative obstacles to gaining benefits. Those changes rank high on the policy platform of Democrats in Congress, led by Representative John Larson, Senator Elizabeth Warren, and many others. Their program would increase benefits for all retirees, improve cost of living increases by changing the inflation formula, and raise the minimum benefit for the lowest income households. The campaign for improvement requires a knowledgeable and committed commissioner at the forefront, and Saul was anything but. Saul's qualifications for the job seemed to go no further than his experience as an executive at a couple of women's garment firms and a fundraiser for George W. Bush's 2004 presidential campaign. He also had been a board member of the right-wing Manhattan Institute, which proposed aggressive cutbacks in Social Security benefits, arguing in part that the program unfairly transfers wealth from the poor to the wealthy, which in fact the exact opposite is true. He came in not knowing anything about Social Security. Nancy Altman, president of the advocacy group Social Security Works, told me, and that should disqualify anybody. His acting replacement is Kiluko Kajaksky, a former fellow with the Progressive Urban Institute, whom Biden appointed on Inauguration Day as Deputy Commissioner for Retirement and Disability Policy. Saul's departures leaves a mountain of unfinished work for his successors. The most immediate task is to develop a reopening plan for the program's more than 12,000 field offices, which have been shuttered since March 2020 because of the pandemic. The White House had given the agency a deadline of Monday to produce a plan. There's also the imperative to reverse Saul's executive policies promptly. Saul's hostility to the disability program was reflected in a host of punitive regulations imposed on or proposed for its beneficiaries. Last year, Saul proposed to take some disability appeals out of the hands of the agency's administrative law judges, who are immune from political pressure, and turn them over into its appeals judges, who are political appointees, and who have no experience actually conducting eligibility hearings. Saul also proposed to increase the frequency of medical reviews for many disability recipients from every 3 years to every 2 years, subjecting them to a complicated and burdensome process that advocates said served no purpose, since there were no evidence that the system was overlooking recipients ready to return to the workforce. The proposal was withdrawn by Biden on January 22nd. There was a mindset that everybody's committing fraud, Altman said, that you can't trust people who are getting disability. In fact, disability benefits are hard to claim and fraud rates are low. The morale of the Social Security Agency workforce plunged during Saul's tenure. Upon taking office, he imposed a take-it-or-leave-it union contract that canceled benefits such as vision care and took away workers' control over working conditions. Among his more senseless and insensitive policies was the abolition of the program's 6-year-old telework initiative. About 25% of the agency's 66,000 operational workers were taking advantage of the program. Saul gave the employees, many of whom had scheduled childcare arrangements around the program, just 2 weeks to prepare to return to working at Social Security headquarters outside Baltimore. His mind was made up that the telework wasn't working. In fact, the telework had enhanced productivity, said Julius, president of Local 2020 of the American Federation of Government Employees, which represents some 23,000 Social Security employees.
All right, so there is the article. Are you writing your comments down below? I am not surprised. Anyway, you don't have to write that. I'm just saying. I'm just guessing a lot of you are probably shaking your head right now thinking, this does not surprise me one bit. But here it is in writing, and it gives us a little bit more of a glimpse into what was actually going on within the Social Security Administration. However, did you happen to catch near the beginning of the article, they said, now that there's going to be a shift in power as far as the commissioner in the Social Security Administration, does this potentially mean that we could see substantial reform to these programs and ultimately raising benefits for all of these beneficiaries sooner than later? Did you happen to catch that part? If not, maybe go back and listen to that again. But basically what they're saying is, hey, this is one of the big plans with President Biden and what they want to do as far as reforming Social Security and ultimately raising benefits for the lowest income households out there. Well, now that we have this shift, could this potentially be the catalyst to get it done soon? Well, as I said in my video a few days ago, I thought, you know what? You just never know. As long as we have like the captain of the ship that's kind of gone and out of the way, we have a new guy, or new person, I shouldn't say guy, sorry, a new person that could potentially be coming in and taking that the leadership role now. You just never know. That's maybe all we needed to get things done finally. But either way, it sounds like morale was at a really low point within the administration there. It sounds like a lot of people were kind of, not exactly very happy working there. But either way, this is going to be an interesting development going forward to continue watching this to see what happens throughout this administration and what actually happens as far as maybe reform to the program, raising benefits. I feel like this is potentially a huge win for many millions of beneficiaries right now who are really waiting for those raises, right? So I wanted to bring this to you. I came across the article. I found it to be interesting, and I thought, you know what? All my friends here on the channel, all of you are probably going to enjoy this, and I thought, you know what? I got to share this with everybody. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to hit the subscribe button right down below the video if you haven't done so yet. Also, go back and check out some of my other videos. By the way, if you didn't see that video from a couple days ago, I will link it down below in the description as well as in the pinned comment at the very top, a link to that video. Check it out. It's kind of cool and kind of funny and interesting. But other than that, go back and check out my videos and share them with your friends, family, social media. Thank you so much for your support. I truly appreciate it, and I will see you again in the next video.